Hello Year 7, it's Miss Blundell here. We're going to be carrying on with your cardboard fish, which we collaged last lesson. The equipment you'll need for this lesson is some newspaper and a glue stick. We're going to start off by ripping small sections of the newspaper. Now if you don't have newspaper, don't worry, just use the same material that you used last week. So that could be kitchen roll, any spare paper that you've got, or newspaper or magazine, okay? And I want you to screw it into a small ball like this, maybe a little bit bigger. So it looks like this, okay? Now, what you'll then do is you'll get some glue, make sure you roll it really tight so it doesn't unfold. I want you to add glue to one side and then add it to your fish. And you're going to repeat this process all over your fish. Now the smaller your balls of newspaper, the more intricate it's going to look and the more refined it will be. If you have big pieces of paper that haven't been screwed up tightly enough, that they're all coming apart, then obviously that's going to affect your grade. So as you can see, I've filled up the main part of the body of the fish. Now, there's a few areas where they're a bit smaller, so here at the end of the fins and just this part here, a little bit around the face. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to do tiny little, and just make sure you don't lose the shape of your fish by using pieces that are too big. So I just use smaller bits like that. Make sure we fill in those holes. If there's any bits that are hanging over like this, what you can do is just rip off the bits that aren't sticking down properly. And there we go. That's what I want you to do for this lesson. I want you to fill the whole of your fish in these small newspaper balls. If you don't have newspaper, you could use magazine or kitchen roll. Just see what you've got around your house, even some spare paper. Yeah, and it should look something like this. The smaller your balls, as you can see, they're not too big, and they're all roughly the same size, apart from these smaller ones we've used to get in those awkward sections. And an important thing to remember is try not to lose the outside shape of your fish. Next lesson, we're going to be working on this again, so you need to bring this, we'll keep this safe, and I'm just going to give you a heads up on the materials we're going to be using next lesson. So you can either use kitchen roll or newspaper, preferably kitchen roll, okay? You can get it really cheap if you haven't got any in the house. Maybe put it on your shopping list for next week. You need some flour and some water. It doesn't matter how much flour you have or water you have, as long as it's equal parts. So what I mean by that, if you have 2 tablespoons of flour, you'll need 2 tablespoons of water,